Good morning. Today I'm doing 14 miles into Wind Gap, Pennsylvania, where there's apparently a motel where the guy is really nice and he'll let you tent out on his yard and he'll give you water, let you use the bathroom. So I think that's the plan because the next shelter is 10 miles from here and I kind of want to do more than 10 miles, and then otherwise it's campsites, which are fine, but this is like a dry stretch. A lot of the sources are dry, and the shelter had water, but I didn't want to go to the shelter if I didn't have to. So this is a better option because we'll have water and a place to tent, and I can do 14 miles. So that will put me 16 miles out tomorrow from Delaware Water Gap. Not sure if I'm just going to get there tomorrow or if I'm going to split that and do a short day Tuesday in Nero Inn. But my plan is to try to stay at Live Life Hostel. It's owned by a 2021 hiker named Andrew, and I think it's a free hostel. He picks you up and stuff. He'll take you to Walmart to resupply. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Today I'm meeting back up with Physics, which is one of the guys that I was hiking with Bad Bat and stuff. He got about a day ahead of me, but I caught up to him a little bit yesterday doing 20 miles. And then today he's just gonna stop short at Wind Gap so that we can kind of hike together because we go at like the same mileage and pace for the most part. So that's the plan. Super excited to see him again. He's really fun and funny. And yeah, I mean, today in 14 miles, I think I only have like 1,000 feet to climb. So it's gonna be basically flat all day. This campsite was literally 1/10 of a mile in front of ours, and it's so much better. It has like benches and like a cool fire pit. The sites seem a little less rocky. I think something that annoys me about Pennsylvania is the rocks aren't that bad. Like, there are quite a few rocky boulder fields, but they usually don't last long. The only stretch that I can recall that lasted long was, it was like 3 days ago. It was right before I got to a shelter, and it just didn't stop for 3 miles. And I was really frustrated because I was doing 17 miles that day, and all I wanted to do was get to the shelter. And that made me cry just because I was so frustrated that they just wouldn't stop. And it was like all the little annoying ones that really hurt your feet, along with some bigger boulder fields. But it's not the whole trail. And like, now that I've done Knife's Edge and Lehigh Gap, the Lehigh Gap climb, and I've realized like how much people fearmonger about those, I feel like I'm like good, like, you know. But the thing that does annoy me about Pennsylvania is the little like sharp rocks that jut up and they trip you. Like, the fronts of my Hokas, I'll have to show you guys later on, are ripped apart, and these were brand new shoes when I came out here. Literally my brand new pair of Hokas ripped to shreds. But it also just like fucks up my gait because like you're trying to like step around them, but then your heel still hits one, and it's just kind of slows you down. Now that I've kind of gotten through the two parts of Pennsylvania that people talk about the most, I'm super looking forward to New Jersey. I know New Jersey can be rocky too, but I've heard so many good things about New Jersey. So many people have told me they loved New Jersey. It was one of their favorite states on the trail. I feel like if it was that bad, people wouldn't like New Jersey. So not too worried about that. Looking forward to New Jersey for sure. What is annoying is I lost my chapstick again. I had lost it right before I went to Alicia's, so she took me to a gas station to get another one. And yesterday I tripped going up the Lehigh Gap climb, and my water bottle right here fell out. So I think when it fell out, my chapstick, which was in my chicken tramper shoulder pocket, I think that fell out too. So now I don't have chapstick again. The Lookout Hostel had a box of Drip Drop hydration packets that somebody donated, so I took some to try out. Headed to Wind Gap, 10.6.
Yeah. She just texted me
Oh, you don't know yet.
The water's been pretty.
I am 5.5 miles from, or 5 miles, something like that, from Wind Gap, where I'm gonna try to tent out on that motel's lawn. So yeah, like 9 miles into today. Hasn't been hard. Basically feels like I'm walking flat. The inclines are very like gradual, so been good. Road Soda is doing trail magic for us again today, which is awesome. He's got a bunch of cool stuff today too, like yogurt, more chips and salsa, beer, like Arizona, lemonade, so it's awesome. Super excited about that, but yeah, I just kind of walking along, nothing really to look at today. Kind of boring, but it's okay, easy day. So this morning, the people that I camped with last night, they left like 10 minutes before me, and I guess on their way out, literally right near our campsite, they saw like a very small bear, like probably only a year old, and it looked at them and then it ran away. But I'm like, damn, I wish I left with them in the morning, because I would have seen a bear. And it was also very close to our campsite, which was disturbing. Cool. The rocks have been really bad today. It's just this all day long, just killing your feet. My shoes are torn up at the fronts. These were brand new when I got them, and I can peel that down. This is peeling. The tread is like half gone.
We used to have our ice cream.
We are camping on the lawn of the motel in Wind Gap. The owner's super nice, and he lets us use the bathroom. He has water outside for us. I think there's charging here too, and he lets you tent right outside the motel. So there's some road noise, but it should calm down at night, and I can stick my headphones in. But Physics and I walked down to the town of Wind Gap. It was like a mile. We got ice cream, which was so good. It was such good ice cream. And then we were lucky enough to get a hitch back, so we didn't have to walk. And it's just nice being on lawn, because like the ground's nice and soft. I'm not laying on rocks like last night, so it's gonna be a good night. So another thing that I think is really great is this is my longest backpacking trip so far, and I can honestly say I'm very used to the life at this point. I'm going on, it's been a little over 3 weeks now. I can honestly say like I'm basically used to living like this. In Georgia, I was so anxious. Like the first few nights I literally couldn't even sleep because I had only been out for a couple nights. I hadn't been away from home for a long time. But this time, I'm pretty much used to like what I've been doing. Like in Georgia, the idea of like calling a shuttle and having to wait for somebody just to bring me to town like bugged me out. But now it's just like it's normal, you know. And it's like having a good time makes a difference too, though, because I'm actually like enjoying the aspects you're supposed to enjoy. So this has been really a good section, despite the fact that I'm not enjoying Pennsylvania particularly. So